Hey guys, welcome to the Flatbed Dealer Program demo video series. This is just going to be a quick video series on exactly how the Flatbed Dealer Program works. We're going to go over basically one topic per video. So this first video will go over a couple things. Number one, what the program is, who it's for, and the benefit it provides, as well as how you'll actually build and install the flatbed, the tools we give you to make that happen. So who this is for anybody who owns and operates a existing welding shop or fabrication shop. The beauty of this program is it's designed to use your existing shop tools and labor that you already have. You don't have to invest a whole bunch of money into new shop tools or anything like that. As long as you got the basic shop tools, you'll have everything you need to build and install these beds in a very profitable and scalable manner. The biggest benefit, bar none, of this program is it enables you to own a business, not a job. What I mean by that is this is a very scalable process that you can outsource to your employees. The whole process is completely idiot-proofed, so you don't have to be out there babysitting. If you are the one actually doing the welding and fabrication, that's totally okay too. It's gonna work great that way as well. But this gives you the ability to scale, unlike custom work where it's a lot harder to do so because everything is start from scratch, different every time process. Not the case with this. This is a very systemizable process that you repeat over and over again. The more you do it, the faster it's going to get, the more profit you're going to generate. That is the biggest benefit of the program. The second thing is you don't have to reinvent the wheel. So instead of starting from scratch, building your own design of flatbed that's going to have a lot of bugs in it for the first 10 to 15 to 20 units you build, we've already worked all the bugs out. We've perfected the process, made it a very scalable, profitable business system for you, so you can just jump right in. You're going to be able to build any model of flatbed for Ford, Dodge, Chevy, GMC, cabin chassis, and Tacoma from about late 60s all the way until present model designs. So it's really easy to just jump right in, start building beds immediately, quickly, and profitably. Those are the biggest benefits. So what I'm going to do in this video is I'm going to go over what we call the dealer platform, which is basically the platform where all of our dealers get the blueprints, the cut files, the video tutorial, the business tools, everything needed to actually build and install the flatbeds, all of the processes and all of that kind of thing. The first thing we're going to do here is jump into a screen recording video. I'm going to go through the dealer platform so you guys can see exactly what it looks like and how it works. Once you're in the program, you would just log into that using your login credentials, get any blueprints, cut files, anything that you're gonna need. So let's jump into that video recording and we'll show you how that works. Basically, this is the platform that all of our dealers get access to. You'll log in through the website, you'll have a username and password. It's gonna have everything you need that relates to the Flatbed Dealer Program. So it's gonna have the video tutorial, it's gonna have blueprints, it's gonna have all the cut files, it's going to have anything that you need related to business tools, sales, anything like that. It's all gonna be on this page. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go through this. I'm gonna go through the big items first, which is gonna be the video tutorial, the blueprints, and the cut files, kind of the meat and potatoes of what you actually need to build this. And then I'll quickly go through the other stuff that's on this page that's gonna be of great benefit to you. That's what we'll do. So I'm gonna scroll past some stuff here. First thing we're going to cover is the video tutorial. This will be inside the dealer platform. This is a very simple, easy to follow, chronological video series on how to build, wire, and install the flatbed. It's going to cover building your jigs, it's going to cover wiring, it's going to cover install, it's going to cover all the weird stuff on these new models like parking sensors and blind spot sensors and all that kind of stuff. We have a video for pretty much everything, so there's not really anything left for you to figure out on your own. It's all very idiot-proofed in this video tutorial. This is really only needed on your first 1 to 2 builds. After you build 1 to 2 of these, you're going to know what you're doing because after you've built one, you've built them all. The process is the same. But this is just basically for training your employees, training yourself to correctly build, wire, and install the bed. And you're going to use this in combination with the blueprints, which I'll cover next. So down here we got our blueprint section. So I'm going to click this open. You're going to see all of the models listed for basically, like you see here, late 60s, and this is actually needs updated to 2025 because we do have through 2025 models. Any model of full-size pickup. We also got Tacomas down here. So any Ford, Dodge, Chevy, GMC, cab chassis, any and all of those we have a blueprint for. I'll just open up this one as an example. First page here is gonna have your material list, lays out what you need. This is like if you're doing a Trex deck bed, you'll need this. If you're doing steel deck, you'll need this. If you're doing bed rails, which is an add-on, you'll need this steel. Explanation of what each steel is used for, just goes over what that is. Here's your jig diagram, which is basically how to build your jig. And on every page, you'll see we have a corresponding video tutorial. This is the inner frame, shows you how to build that. Outer frame, measurements on how to do that. The headache rack, how to do that. And then we got your second jig, which holds your louvers for your headache rack. The louver measurements, the flat bar, and then we also got some helpful QR codes. So it's very simple on how the blueprints are actually laid out. So pretty simple. If you're building it for whatever model, you just click on the corresponding blueprint, build it to spec. Pretty easy. The next thing will be the cut files. So we got standard model cut files and then full skirted model cut files. We'll just click on standard model. These are very easy to use too. Basically, you have a link to all these. These are all DXF format, which pretty much works in any CAD software. You're gonna open it up, and then there'll be a download button in the top right corner. You'll hit that, away you'll go. You'll just download that, load it into CAD, cut the thing out, and then basically you're only gonna need probably about 15 to 20 cut files for all of it. So you can have all those loaded on your shop computer, so you don't have to redraw the CAD files every time. You just, rinse and repeat, do it again. Okay, so that covers the three kind of big rocks: the video tutorial, the blueprints, and the cut files. And then I'll kind of go through the details here. So we got your accountant support. Obviously, we got phone support, email support available to all of our dealers. We're happy to help you out. The buy the lights and mud flaps button here, the only thing that you're required to buy from us on a per unit basis, you're sourcing all the steel and everything yourself locally. The lights and mud flaps are the only thing we require you to buy. Instead of doing a royalty deal, which is how most of these are set up, where you give us a percentage of each sale, we're not doing that. You keep all the money you make on the sale. The only way we're getting paid per unit is we make a little money on the lights and the mud flaps. So just being transparent about that. We get both of these things in mass quantities, so we get them at a really good price. We make a little money on them and sell them to you, but it's still gonna be cheaper than if you went and bought them anywhere else, just because we got the economies of scale to buy a lot of these at once. The other thing too is the more sets you buy at a time, the cheaper they are per unit. Most of our dealers buy between 3 and 6 sets at a time, and the more you buy, the cheaper they are. Pretty simple. Let's go back to the dealer demo here. The next thing is gonna be these Sales Academy videos. So if you're in the camp of, I'm a really good, competent welder fabricator, but I don't have a ton of experience or confidence in my sales ability, like outbound sales calls, talking to strangers about buying your stuff, which is basically gonna be a lot of this in the beginning. We got you covered with our Sales Academy videos. This basically is the 8 topics we felt like were the most important and most helpful for us. At the headquarters shop, starting with nothing, now we're doing 60 to 80 units per year that we're building and installing out of the headquarters shop. We made these videos as basically quick and easy. If you do these 8 things, you're gonna sell a lot of stuff, just because we've done this the hard way and learned the hard way for you, so you don't have to. So the first thing I would do when you become a dealer is jump in here, watch these Dealer Sales Academy videos and put it into practice. But that's very helpful stuff that we've just added. Down here at the business tools section, so a lot of the stuff you actually can view on the bottom of the demo page before you even buy into the program. The first being the Excel sheet. That will be part of the video next. The video 2 will go over how to do that. You can fill that out and know your numbers before you join the program. Video on how to get cheap steel, and then we also have a bunch of marketing, lead generation, and sales tools, sales scripts, tracking sheet for your leads that are coming in. The customer journey basically keeps everything straight once you get an order, make sure you don't miss any steps, deliver a very good process for the customer. Gallery for marketing photos. So this is very handy, because what this is gonna be for is if you do any marketing, you can copy and download any of these photos that we have in the gallery. So we got the Ford gallery, the Dodge gallery, the old Dodge gallery, the Chevy gallery, Tacoma gallery. There's cab and chassis mixed in here. So any of those that you want to have access to, basically to do your own marketing outside of what we do for you, you're welcome to do that. Okay, back in here on the customer, or on the business tools, we also got checklists. These are very nice and handy and are gonna save you a lot of headache. Basically, it's just, let's make sure everything on this list is done before we send it to powder coat. Make sure everything on this list is done before we send the customer out with it, the install checklist. And then we also have instructions, and there's also some videos in the tutorial on the luxury model blind spot sensor instructions, as well as parking sensors, cameras, that kind of stuff is all covered in the video tutorial as well. Important info before building. Not gonna read through all this here with you guys on the demo, but that basically is just a list of stuff of things that you need to be aware of on certain models, so you don't get in the hot water on install day when you're like, shoot, didn't see this coming. We have all of the should have seen this coming stuff in this section here. Next thing down, blueprints, we already covered that. Cut files, we already covered that. Dealer store. So the way this works is, obviously if you have your own CNC table, you would just use the cut files to cut out the CNC parts. The second option, which is probably the second best option from an economic standpoint in terms of you making money is for you to just download these cut files and send them to a local CNC shop. If you know somebody that does CNC cutting for you currently, you can just send these cut files over to them, have them cut the parts. If you don't want to do either of those things, or you don't have access, or it's not a reasonable price or whatever, you can always buy the CNC parts from us. That is what is in the dealer store here. Obviously, we got the lights and mud flaps. That is linked up top, but it's here as well. But these are all the steel parts, such as the base parts, the fenders, any of that type of stuff that you can just click on and order from headquarters. I'll just click on this one here just to kind of show you how it works. So you would just, how many do you want to buy at once? The fuel plate option, whether you got diesel exhaust fluid or not. And then you would just check out online. We'd ship it to you. We ship everything pretty much same or next business day. Last section here is third-party parts. So this is links of stuff that you're gonna need that we don't sell directly. So this is gonna include the toolboxes. The toolboxes you're gonna make, or you're not gonna make in-house. That's just ridiculous in terms of the economics of it. It's way more economical to buy them pre-made and weld them on. Still makes it an exceptional looking product. So we got the toolboxes, surge protector, self-tapping screws, lumbar hardware, fuel hose, anything that you're gonna need for the build and install, we have it linked here. And we also tell you how many to have on hand. That way when install day comes around, you're not running to the auto parts store 15 times that is causing the install to go long and be super stressful. So that kind of covers the dealer platform. Again, this is just the all-in-one platform of where you're gonna log in order to get anything related to actually building, installing, selling the flatbeds.